Hello and welcome to Beyond Games, the YouTube channel all about what's next for gaming. So the news we've got today is that the Walking Dead, the zombie IP, is coming to the blockchain. So this is kind of interesting in the sense that it's coming, they're not just doing their own sort of the Walking Dead sort of blockchain NFTs or anything like that, which lots of IPs are doing. It is a fine thing to do. But what they're specifically doing here is they're coming to a blockchain platform called the SANDBOX. And the SANDBOX is being built out at the moment. You can best think of it as something like Roblox or Minecraft on a blockchain. So basically, people can create their own kind of little worlds. They could be sort of games, specifically games. They could just be places where you hang out with your friends. And because it's on the blockchain, you can actually you actually own. You can own like a land portion in this digital world. And you can build on that, and then you can invite people in there. There will also be you'll be able to charge money. Some people will sort of make games in there, and also people can create these in-game items. And it's all sort of blocky, like we'd expect with something like Roblox. Uses voxels, and The Walking Dead has done a deal with the SANDBOX. So, and there will be a big area in the SANDBOX. I don't know if they've got the no, I haven't got it down here. It is interesting that they've got like a big sort of area on the map. Which they will be building a sort of interactive sandbox game, so people can come in and play that. I'm not sure whether they'll charge for that or not, but you can kind of see, sort of get an idea here. So have the sort of be set up like The Walking Dead with lots of kind of walkers and that sort of stuff, and people can come in and play. What's also interesting is that they will be all the kind of things you'd expect in The Walking Dead. Those assets will be made available for people in the sandbox through the marketplace, so you can buy them. So there'll be sort of assets such as things you can put in your level. There'll also be sort of the characters you can buy, and obviously there'll be the zombies you can put in your game as well. All that kind of stuff's interesting, but what's really interesting is the point of the sandbox is it has loads of different IPs in it, and obviously it's kind of the point of a metaverse sort of is you can mash up things. It's sort of an open platform, and different IPs can come together. To some degree, this with the user-generated content, people could just create their own zombies, obviously, and put those into games. But equally, there is a sort of a nice idea about a blockchain that these are official Walking Dead items that have been created by their artists. But then we can take those and we can play around with other IPs that are also in the sandbox. So I always thought it was really interesting that the sandbox has some of its first kind of licensing deals were with things like Care Bears and the Smurfs, which are which to me seem quite kind of slightly bizarre IPs to be in a kind of kind of metaverse type universe. But now you can kind of see what's interesting is not that it's the Care Bears, but it's interesting that now the Care Bears and the Walking Dead are living in the same world, and you could buy some Care Bears and you could buy some Walking Dead and sort of make a thing where you're mashing them up. So the Care Bears could be the warriors against the zombies or something like that. I'm sure you can do a much better job than that. So anyway, I think it's kind of interesting. It starts to show what happens when you start to allow people a bit more openness to do these sort of things. And I guess you could do them off you wouldn't have to do that in the blockchain, obviously, with things like Minecraft and even Fortnite in particular and things like that. Yeah, there are different IPs coming in that people can kind of get involved with. Sandboxes will be more open because people can create their own stuff as well, and it has a blockchain, so it has a kind of financial mechanic in there, which will be interesting. So you could play the video, couldn't we? So I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, the sandbox is now sort of gearing up. So at some point in the summer, there's going to be the first open alpha version. I don't think it's going to really involve the blockchain too much. There's not been a lot of detail about that yet. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But they've definitely sold a whole bunch of their land, and it's kind of interesting. People are interested in this project, and there will be sort of more IPs coming into it. So I think it's kind of the first step to show what happens when we're sort of building out into this sort of I mean, as you see, the sandbox there call themselves a metaverse. Probably for me, that's sort of pushing it a little bit. I wouldn't quite call them a metaverse yet, but that's a discussion for another time, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Beyond Games, where we're looking at what's happening next to games and how they're changing society as well. So please subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching, and see you again soon.